Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, very nice hour of some improvised live looping, all vocals. We have the foundation of a beat here. Over the next hour, I'm gonna be building it up. Man, it's gonna be really good. We're gonna bring in the synth as well. It's called Tinker Time. My regulars know what it is. If you are new to the Reconsider It live stream, welcome! You made the right decision joining us. We want you here. I see with us at this time we have got Foil, and also we have as well, in addition, Friends, right now we're in a warm-up phase. We are just getting the blood fluid. Kind of relaxing into it. You relax into it. Pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's pretty good when you relax into it. And while we're here in this warm-up phase, relaxing into it, I have a need. I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate Thank you for being here. Whether you are here with us live in the chat, or you are here with us live, but you are not in the chat, or you are here with us after the live, you are watching on replay. whoever it is that you are here with us, thank you for being here. I am going to celebrate you at this time in this way. I have got my drink. I am going to count to 3 and I am going to clink. You are invited to join the rest of us as we cheers along and celebrate our togetherfulness. And of course, it all begins this exciting count up to Union. 1, that's good. That's really nice. 2, what? 2, got 2, that's good. 3, clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh, yes. Oh, man, that is good. That's exactly what you're looking for. Please like this video. Please subscribe. I could use some subs. Help us reach our goal. Can we do it? To remain in excess of 600 subs as we go into 2026. Please share this video with a friend who would like it. Help us reach our goal. Can we do it? Help us reach our goal. Friends, we have got a Tinker stream on our hands. This is really good. This pushes the limits of good. You know, it's like sometimes people say things and they're like, oh, this is just so good, man. This is like as good as it gets. Let me phrase it like this. This is about as good as it gets. You can't get any better than this. This is as good as it gets. You can't get any better than this. But somehow, this Tinker stream already is exceeding such limitations. You can't get any better than this. The hell I can. And then here we are with the Tinker stream that proceeds to get better than this. I see that Probes and Viral are participating with the Cheers experience via the liquid consumable. Probe says he's got a beer. Viral says he's got some coffee. That's good. Coffee. I am not a coffee drinker. And I seem to be far in the minority on that. I don't consume caffeine in any manner, actually. I don't have caffeinated tea. I would have an herbal tea. You give me some kind of like ginger and turmeric tea. Herbal tea's cool, non-caffeinated. I don't drink coffee though. I do like if you get like some coffee flavored ice cream or something. I'm down with that. Also with us, my friends, Victor! Who is participating with non-liquid forms of cheers, which is totally cool. That's come up a couple times. A couple times people have asked on these streams, they're like, hey, I would like to participate in this communal, what would you call it exactly? It's not a sacrifice, because you're just, you know, cheersing it. What exactly is that? What is the nature of cheers? It's more than a salutation. It's like a camaraderie building gesture. What is it? What exactly is a cheers? I've lost where I was going with that because I got so swirled down into the, you know, existential nature of a cheers. I don't know what I was going to say. That's all right, though. Oh, I know. It was about how Victor is currently having a non-liquid form of blank. I was trying to fill in the blank there, like a single word, concisely. How do you describe what a cheers is? I guess we could just say a cheers. Maybe that's the word for it. I'm sure mustn't there be a word in English for that? Surely it's just slipping my mind, or you know, I just don't know the word. But maybe I use the word cheers for that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, this has come up multiple times where people say, can I cheers with something other than a drink? And the answer is, yes, you can. Well, all that matters is that you're doing this gesture of connecting with the rest of us as we cheers along to celebrate our togetherfulness. And as long as you are also joining us, celebrating our togetherfulness, then you're doing it. Not every ritual has leeway like this for personal application or personal interpretation. Many rituals, most rituals, require sameness, and there isn't room for that kind of flexibility. But this particular ritual, our togetherfulness celebration ritual, that has, you know, a lot of flexibility. And part of the reason for that is that you are welcome here with us. So there's room for you to cheers as you would. More in the chat I'm getting caught up on. I see with us as well. With us as well. With us as well. Oh my goodness. Victor just said Primal Instincts, and that made me think of, you ever played that game Primal Rage? You ever played that? It was one of those fighting games from the 90s. I used to go to the arcade, they had that game. It eventually came out on platforms, but Primal Rage was an arcade game where you fought mostly dinosaurs, but there were also a couple of apes in there too, I think. So you would be, some ape who would do a handstand and then fart at you, and there'd be like a cloud of fart. This was the fighting game. But that was just one character. I shouldn't characterize it like that. That grossly misrepresents the game. It's mostly like you're a velociraptor and then here's your, moves. Like a Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat type of thing. More like Street Fighter. Anyway, I was just thinking of Primal Rage because of what Victor had said. Person gets the very glorious, lauded, and sought after title of the first comment of the stream to be pinged. See, Persian is a real one. Persian gets the togetherfulness. Person says, I want to be here to shout you out when you have 1,000 subscribers. When it was November, just a couple weeks ago, as we record this, it's December 12th, 2025. When it was November, just a couple weeks ago, and I started the whole campaign of let's exceed 600 subscribers by the time we get to 2026. I forget how many we were at, but we were like 25 away. And now we're about 10 over. We're almost 10 over. We're not quite. I guess I said we're a little over 5 over. A little more than 5 over. And so I was, grateful to see that. I said, this is good. I know it goes up and down. So I'm still just... The goal is still just remain in excess of 600 subs. But it could go up. What if it's 625? 650, 700, 1,000. Now, of course, 1,000 is pretty steep. But what about by the end of 2026? Do we get to 1,000 by the end of 2026? I see in the chat that Victor and Persian are both saying like, oh yeah, man, Primal Rage, I'm with it. Victor says the arcade. Persian says I had it on the Nintendo 64. Oh, it's 64, yeah. Yeah. I also see Killer Instinct. Oh my goodness, Victor, yes. Oh, do I? Oh, I don't know where it is enough. I don't know how long it would take me to find it. But I have the, did you get the, I think this came with the, if you got the N64 Killer Instinct. But they gave you a CD of the Killer Instinct songs, like for each of the stages. And it's, techno music. I think I know where it probably is. Anyway, it's over there somewhere. So did you get that? Did you have the Killer Instinct CD? Is this going to be a nostalgia stream? It's going to be awesome if it will. Are we going to have like a 90s nostalgia stream right now? Is that what's going to happen? I hope we could bring up comics in there somewhere. Y'all know I'm down with the comics. Both classic from the 90s era through today. I am a comic book guy. Anyway. Nick says he's down with that game. I don't know which one you're talking about. If we're talking about Killer Instinct or Primal Rage. Oh, I'm still getting caught up on the chat. Victor says Double Dragon. Oh man, or all of those. What do you call those? You call those like a side scroller beat 'em up? Is that what they call them? Something like that? A beat 'em up side scroller. Listen, I'm gonna build up the beat a little more, build up the percussion, and I'm excited if we're gonna have a nostalgia stream. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up too much. Because if I get my hopes up, then I can get hurt. Then I feel really bad. I get disappointed and I get hurt. And then I get sad. Sometimes if I get my hopes up, sometimes I get sad. That can happen. That can happen sometimes. If I get my hopes up. But yeah, like video games and stuff from the 90s and all this, I'm like so ready for that conversation. Double Dragon. What about the X-Men? That's like a Double Dragon style. The X-Men arcade game where Colossus is like, and you Nightcrawler like, go all over the screen like this. And whoever else, Wolverine and Cyclops and Storm and Dazzler. I believe those were the 6 characters. I see that there's a lot of cool chat for me to get caught up on here. I'm really excited for this. The last thing I saw in the chat in terms of the games was when Victor said Double Dragon like 10 minutes ago. I'm going to try to get caught up here. Oh my goodness. Nick says Donkey Kong Country. Hooray! What a great game to bring up. Donkey Kong Country is like way awesomer than I think it is. I don't know if I've ever 100%'d a Donkey Kong Country game, but it's got some cool stuff. On the SNES, you got the other apes that came in the sequels. You got some other like kid ape and some girl ape and some like really big but baby ape. Donkey Kong Country. And then of course for other platforms, just, you know, the upgraded version of that. Oh man. Persian makes a, you know, I might have to, listen, is this going to be the second pinned comment of the stream? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I like the Metroid series in general. Metroid Prime is great. Metroid Prime 4 just came out. I haven't played it, but it did just come out recently. But Super Metroid, yeah, for the SNES, that's like, you know, chef's kiss, magnifique. I got that down to under an hour that I could not necessarily beat it, but get to the first save point in the last world. For beating it, I don't know what my record is. Maybe I got under an hour. I'm not sure. But I used to take all sorts of shortcuts everywhere. Go to worlds before you're supposed to be able to go to them, like the wrecked ship in the SNES Super Metroid. I would just like bomb my way up to the wrecked ship. You could get weapons and power-ups before the game really means you to. That's really cool. I like when you can like find your own way through the game, even beyond what it's, you know, naturally unfolds to permit you to. Metroid Prime I like a lot. That's the kind of game where I won't play it for years so that I can go back and like I forgot most of it and I have to figure out like how do you beat this boss and, you know, all that kind of stuff. How do you find that, I don't know, where am I supposed to go from here? And it's fun to be able to rediscover a game. I did just play Metroid Prime, the original one, on the Wii, I should say. So like the Wii version. I had the Metroid Prime trilogy. And just recently, maybe like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, I played Metroid Prime again. And there were a couple moments like that where I had completely forgotten about a boss. And I'm like, oh, right, this one is so cool. And felt like that about the boss who's in the ice world. It's some kind of like rolling, like this big ball monster, and you have to beat it with bombs, I think, if I recall correctly. Victor says, I used to play at the arcade and sometimes on the PC. I never really did any PC gaming, but I understand that's a whole thing. Victor says, I was born in 81. I was born in 1980. I am 45 and a half right now. Well, not quite 45 and a half. I am nearly 45 and a half. Years old, to be precise. PersonTube says, I called the Nintendo hotline for Killer Instinct moves. That is great. A $500 phone bill. Oh my goodness. I used to get Nintendo Power. I got Nintendo Power for probably like 4 or 5 years. I used to have them in like a big box. That was cool. Nick says he also had a large phone bill. Seems like a lot of us know about the Nintendo hotline. That came up recently, maybe like a couple weeks ago on a stream as well. I forget who was here talking about that. But the Nintendo hotline came up. Nintendo Power used to give you like posters. I had at least one Metroid poster. Viral says that he used to wait in line to go against people in Street Fighter 2. Oh my god. All of the just memories. Oh, I have such a healthy heart right now. Such a healthy and happy heart right now. All the just fun memories of video games. Oh man, Street Fighter. Yeah, you put your quarter up on the thing and it like fit nice. The quarter like fit perfectly on the thing. I never got into those situations with the arcade where it was like a big line. That's what Viral's saying. He used to get in those lines. I didn't get in the line because it's like, how are you going to keep track of who's next? You know, little kids at an arcade are going to be immoral about it. And they're going to be like, no, I was next. You know, how do you know whose quarter that is? But if we're talking like one person, like you're just saying, hey, I would like to play next. Yeah, that's cool. We got some hack-related discussion going on as well. We also, in addition to that kind of discussion, we got Trusto joining us, which is really good. Probes references Magic Pockets. What's Magic Pockets? What's that? I don't know what that is. Should I like go off camera and Google that real fast? What's Magic Pocket? Victor says he likes playing the modern games on Steam. I never got Steam. You know, gaming is one of the things that I enjoy, but as I take on more life responsibility and more just, I mean, I guess it's responsibility. Things I have to do, other things that take my time that are more critical. Video games just became not one of the things I prioritized. I prioritized music. If I play games these days, it's mostly just like playing Tetris on my laptop with the keyboard, which I find I don't have the same dexterity and therefore skill level if I was using, as compared to if I was using a controller. Nick says modern games are easier. Someone else was saying that recently too. Where was I? Man, I'm still blown away by that comment about Super Metroid was a perfect game. Like, it really was. Yeah, I used to bomb my way up to get the speed booster before you're supposed to be able to get it. Yeah, that game was fun. Oh right, I got a keyboard. Probe says that Magic Pockets was an Atari game. Good old Atari. You go to these like adult-friendly arcade bars. What do you think about Burger Time? You ever play that? Pretty much every time I go to one of those bars, that's one of the ones I play. I play Burger Time. I also play Arkanoid. You like Arkanoid? What do you think of Arkanoid? I'm trying to think of what other classics I'll generally play if I go to an arcade. Arkanoid, Burger Time. I don't really get pinball. Are you a pinball person? I don't understand pinball. Skee-ball I'm cool with. I think I'm pretty average at skee-ball, but it's always, kind of exciting. Oh, is it gonna... no, alright. I see there's also some discussion around playing PC games and what that means in terms of your control. Do you use a mouse with your keyboard? Do you use some kind of other, gaming controller? I know I've not done like almost any, I would say, PC gaming. Let's just say none. But I know that some people have these like really complicated mouse configurations where it's got like 20 buttons on it. It's wild. There's maybe this is worth bringing up. A lot of time on my streams, I talk about other musicians. I'm like, oh, go check out this, YouTube page of this artist. And it's generally some YouTuber who I either know them or I follow them or what have you, but it's some like pretty grassroots artist like myself. That's usually what I talk about on a stream if I'm like, oh, check out this thing. And unfortunately, I talked my way out of remembering what I was just going to share with you again. Dang! It was going to be a pretty good recommendation. Let's see, not music. A YouTube person of some sort that I follow, who I was going to recommend to you. But not music. Or not some YouTube artist who I know, at least. What was I going to say? What was I going to share with you? were talking about how Super Metroid is the perfect game. There's a lot of other things that were perfect in the 90s. I feel like The Chronic by Dr. Dre was a perfect album. There are other albums that came out in the mid-90s that were also, I thought, were perfect albums. I don't know, Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. That's a really good album. In my mind, I don't give it enough credit. There was some good KMFDM in the 90s. Their album, what is it, Nile? Is that how you pronounce it? Angst was also another, or Angst, another classic KMFDM album from the 90s, from the mid-90s. Nile was like one of their peaks. Naturally, the Metallica Black Album came out then. I feel compelled to talk about Frontline Assembly. Hardwired. They had an album called Hardwired that was really good. I wrote them an angry letter once. Frontline Assembly. This was back in like 95, 94 or something. But in one of their albums, I think it might have been Hardwired, they were like, here's the address where you can write to in order to join our fan club. And I'm like, oh, cool. But then it was like $25 to join or something. So I wrote them an angry letter that was like, I think you guys make awesome music. You have like sounds that I've not heard elsewhere before. This is really cool stuff, but you know, you have another thing coming if you think I'm going to pay you $25 to be in your fan club. So I didn't join their fan club. I'm sad that I'm blanking on other albums that are dope. Oh, man. I'm just looking over to the side. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Okay, so here's some more that were dope. Some more albums that were dope. Anima by Tool. I mean, of course. That came out in 93, I believe. Also, Check Your Head by Beastie Boys. That was another good 90s cultural thing. Check Your Head by Beastie Boys. How about this one? You familiar with this album? Empty by God Lives Underwater. What do you think of that? If you've not heard that, that's an album that's worth checking out. Maybe. You may or may not be into that one. Most of the other ones, though, are like, oh, definitely, these are gold. Oh, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses came out with that double CD, Use Your Illusion, part 1 and 2. That was another good one. DOS Effects, Hold It Down, I can see from here. I have so many CDs. Do you have CDs? What do you do with your CDs? Do you listen to CDs? I don't listen to my CDs anymore. I listen to just MP3s that in one way or another, on my phone or in my car. There's a lot more over there. Flaming Lips. Yoshimi battles the Pink Robots. Awesome album. If you've not seen the Flaming Lips live, whew, They consistently put on a good show. I've seen them like I don't know, 5 or 6 times or something. They always put on a really good show. They got all sorts of elaborate props and things, inflatable bullshit. Whoa. The singer will get inside of a inflatable ball and like crowd surf inside his ball while singing whatever the song is they're playing. What a good band. The Flaming Lips. The Flips. How about MC Frontalot? Are you familiar with MC Frontalot? He has some good songs. I don't know if there's any specific album of his I'd recommend. If you're a fan, then you probably will enjoy his albums. But I don't know if he has like... Well, he didn't come out in the 90s, so that's probably why he doesn't have some paragon perfect album. Oh, Cypress Hill came out with Black Sunday. Black Sunday was perfecter compared to Temples of Boom. A lot of good stuff. Soundgarden came out with Bad Motorfinger. Or Super Unknown is really the better one. Super Unknown by Soundgarden. Oh, Pearl Jam. Remember Pearl Jam? Their first album was their best album. Everything was downhill from there. 10. That was a perfect album. And remains. You know, it didn't go away. It still exists. There's only so much I'm going to see from way over here. Maybe I should reverse these tracks. Or these sound like reversed. Victor says, most of us were gabbers. Gabbers. I had one CD that made reference to gabber. What would you call it? Is that just it? Just call it gabber? That's the genre? I don't put Stone Temple Pilots in any kind of perfect album situation. Although they did change their sound a lot as they went through their albums. They have a pretty good discography, Stone Temple Pilots. Oh, Rage Against the Machine was a thing in the 90s. Why am I blanking on 90s music? I already said Tool. Gabber techno, I see, is the clarification. Coming from probes that Victor's talking about too. Gabber techno. What I know about Gabber is that isn't it like way hard? Like way high beats per minute, way a lot of kick drum. I could be wrong about that though. Maybe I'm confusing or conflating what Gabber is with something else. Victor says there's still new stuff. Really? I don't think I have that CD anymore that I was alluding to earlier. It was some kind of mega hardcore techno double CD sampler. Or not sampler, but like collection. So that you would be able to get exposure to a lot of different artists. Remember when record labels used to do that? They would put out a compilation album. They're like, all right, here's the, 1995 sampler of some of our choice artists. I remember Wax Trax did stuff like that. Wax Trax, who published KMFDM, like I was referencing earlier. Oh, KRS-One. KRS-One with his self-titled album. That was the perfect KRS-One album. The Psycho Realm, which was a spin-off rap group, spin-off from Cypress Hill, with Sick Jackin'. Are you familiar with Sick Jackin'? He's a really dope rapper. He does a lot with that whole like sphere of rap with Cypress Hill and Funk Dubious. You ever heard Funk Dubious? Nirvana. Was Nevermind a perfect album? I don't know about that. It's better than I think it is. Nevermind by Nirvana. It's better than I think it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see much more of my CDs from over here. I'm trying to look at how I have so many. I gotta have at least like 7 CDs over there. Project Pitchfork. I think that's a Peanut Butter Wolf CD over there. Oh, Wu-Tang. How am I going to forget about Wu-Tang? I wouldn't say that they're double LP Forever. Wu-Tang Forever. That's not a perfect CD, perfect album. But there is some good stuff on that album. Wu-Tang Forever, the double album. Baba joining us says, oh, we got some late night vibes. Yeah, this is kind of late night. I don't know if this is the... Is this the latest I've ever streamed? I don't know, this might be the latest. If it's not the latest, it's among the latest at night. I usually don't stream this late at night. But I was like, here's what I was like. I was like the following. I was like, I wanna, I wanna, stream. I'm gonna stream. I wanna stream. So I streamed, even though it was later than usual. And I feel pretty tired. I'm like, oh. I'm a little yawny. You see me yawn a few times on the stream. But that's not so totally out of the ordinary. Sometimes I yawn. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. In this case, though, it does, because I'm pretty tired. The thought of going to bed and sleeping sounds really appealing. Although I'm also interested in some kind of snack. Some kind of late night snack before I go to bed. I do not have any snacks within reach, which makes me pretty sad. I'm pretty sad about that, but I'm also not that sad. Victor says, for me, it's the morning. It's 6 in the morning for me, says Victor. Shaba says it's 11 p.m. where I am. It's 11 p.m. where I am, too. It's 11 p.m. Probe says it's 5 a.m. here. Nick says that we now have to do an all-night stream. Listen, if we keep talking about like 90s nostalgia stuff, some more video game stuff, or if I could see more of my albums over there, or other perfect things that you would suggest from the 90s, we could go. You know, I can muster the strength to stand here. You know what I should get for my studio? I should get a chair. I do have a chair in the other room that I think might work. Although it would definitely not have me this high on... Yeah, it wouldn't work. Because I need to be able to reach the loopers and such. I would have to have a really high chair for that. I would need a high chair. Shaba says we should go for 6 more hours. Oh my goodness. 6 more hours? I'm already like... Shout out to people who do these like really long streams. Like Sounds and Samples. Are you familiar with Sounds and Samples? Sounds and Samples is like a jazzy, bluesy guy. He does streams where he plays his pianos a lot. He sometimes picks up a guitar. He's pretty good with music theory. He talks about what he's doing. He does production and reason. It's cool stuff. Sounds and Samples. I forget why I brought him up. I was watching him earlier today. He does really long streams, that's why. He was doing like a 5-hour stream or something earlier, 4-hour stream. Some people do the 24-hour stream. Oh my goodness. What would I have to do to do 20? I mean, I guess I could, if I like just prepared myself mentally, I could make it happen. Sometimes I need time to prepare myself mentally and be able to make something happen. Oh my goodness. Viral takes us back to the video game territory. And he says, what about 007? I assume you're talking about GoldenEye. The N64 GoldenEye. Oh my goodness. N64 GoldenEye is like, that's just the game. That was a perfect game as well. I realize I'm kind of cheapening it. Oh, we have, you know, here's these 17 perfect games. I realize that diminishes the value a little bit, so I don't mean to do that. Oh. Hey, you know what? Here's an award for my group Conscious Object. We won a music award. Hip Hop Performer of the Year. In 2014 we won this. We won a second award too, and my producer took that one. So we just split them and each took one. I'm more of the performer in the group. I was the like live show energy. Although he used to also put on, my producer was really good in Conscious Object. He used to, in addition to just making the beats, he would also play things live, like his keyboard he would bring and play that live. He would put on a light show. He sometimes brought, what do you say, a fog machine? Not to mention, he was the promoter for a whole series of hip-hop live shows. He used to put on a show at least once a month, I think. Or no, maybe I got that wrong. Once every 2 to 3 months, he put on live shows. Naturally, we used to play a lot. But he didn't bias us too much. We didn't play like every show. We probably played a couple times a year on that series. And then we played other venues and things. He was an everything guy. He was a real, like, straight-up producer, like, give you the experience. If you're not familiar with my group Conscious Object, you should go check out our stuff. You can find on my YouTube page, if you go to the home page, my YouTube page, there's one of our albums called Closure. Conscious Object, Closure. You'll find that on my YouTube page, the home page. That's our best album. That's the place to start. GoldenEye Nintendo 64 we were talking about. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, earlier I was going to bring this up, and I must have just forgot. There was a couple times on the stream where I just, you know, got lost in thought, and I forgot where I was going. But I meant to bring it up when we were talking about video games. There is a streamer, a video game streamer, who I like a lot, and I watch like all the time. Probably every day, close to every day, if not literally every day. His name is Ryukar. If you're not familiar with Ryukar, oh, that's what I was going to recommend earlier. Remember earlier I was saying about how, like, I was going to say, oh, I normally recommend YouTubers who are musicians, but now I'm going to recommend a different YouTube page. But I lost my train of thought. It was this. I was going to say Ryukar. Ryukar is spelled, I think it's Ryukar. It's possible that I got the H and the A juxtaposed, or transposed, I should say. So Ryukar is great, and he recently played what were we just talking about? Oh, 007 GoldenEye. He recently did, like, what, an hour-long video or something to play in the first stage or two of GoldenEye. He plays Mario Maker, primarily. He does these, like, really, really difficult Mario levels. If you're not familiar with Mario Maker, it's like a way that just random people, gamers, can make their own Mario levels. And of course, do they make ones that are like ridiculously, impossibly difficult? Yes, that's what they do. That's what that is. So Reincarn plays a lot of those, but not exclusively those. He plays plenty of other things too, like 007. He recently played through Donkey Kong Country. He recently played Prime 4. That's where I learned that Prime 4 came out. It was from his channel. He has 3 channels. So he's dope. If you want to get some good Mario Maker content, he's the one to go to. Shaba says, any advice on performing live? I mean, you kind of came to the right guy on this. Not only do I have just experience performing live, casually, as like, I like to describe my music career, quote unquote, as like an extraordinarily successful, world-class hobbyist. That's my level of performing. I played a lot around town for however many years. And local area, you know, not just my town. Drive like, you know, a couple hours radius around town. But I also professionally am like how to be a presenter, how to be a public speaker. And I coach people on that. So again, you really came to the right guy. So what's my advice on performing live? I don't know. It depends a lot on what kind of area you're looking for. And what... I guess maybe the first blanket statement I would say about performing live is to practice. Practice first. Do like a million rehearsals. Do the full set. Like if you're getting ready to do a live show and you have like, what, 4 or 5 songs maybe you do? Like it depends on how long your set is and all this. But let's say you're gonna do like 5 songs. You have a show you're gonna play, it's 5 songs. Do exactly those 5 songs in exactly the order you're gonna do them. Pretend you're there. When you're practicing, like in your mind, try to visualize a crowd of people at the bar. If you've been there before, if you know the venue, then just kind of, you could more vividly visualize the venue. And just imagine yourself there while you practice the full 5 songs in the order you're gonna do them. Don't stop and take a break. Do the whole do the whole set. And then by the time you perform, you at least have that in muscle memory. At the very minimum. That's like, as I say, the first starting point recommendation is just get your performance into muscle memory. Now I do the opposite when I do these live streams. There's nothing to practice with these. Everything is completely improvised and one time only. So the live streams, I don't even do anything. There's no preparation whatsoever. But if you're thinking about like, how do I get started with performing? I wouldn't necessarily start with like day one recommendation. Completely improvise absolutely every part of everything. Maybe don't start there on day one. On day one, prepare and practice. This world needs a hero. This world does need a hero, you know. You know. Shaba says he's familiar with Mario Maker. Mario Maker gameplay is insanity. It can be. You get those super expert levels? Oh my goodness. I never played Mario Maker myself. The highest I ever went in consoles was a Wii. I got the kind of Wii, the original kind of Wii that plays GameCube, so I really got 2 consoles. I wish console makers would just always make every console backward compatible so I could keep my old games and still just... Don't they realize that's going to make me want their console more? Not less. They're like, oh, we want to give you a reason to still love the other ones. It's like, that's how I feel about that. Anyway, so I never played, I guess the Switch. That's what Mario Maker came out on? Did it also come out on the Wii U? I don't know. But at least the Switch. And I know it's on Switch 2, which is now out. Prime 4 came out for, I believe, the Switch and the Switch 2. How about Kid Icarus? You ever played that? They only had that on the NES, but then, what was it, the Nintendo 3DS? I forget which platform. About 10 years ago, they came out with another Kid Icarus game. And I heard it was pretty good. Oh, Zelda. We haven't talked about Zelda at all in this stream. Zelda is another, what would you say, IP that I really like. I played most of the Zelda games up to the Wii. I never played Skyward Sword. I heard it's not great, but I do have it. I just have never played it. My Wii has broken a couple of times. I had to get it repaired. It's like $100 to get it repaired. But I played Xenoblade Chronicles on it. I think I might have said this on a previous stream. I played Xenoblade Chronicles, which was dope. I had a lot of fun with that game. But apparently the disc is, what do you say, taxing on the Wii console. And so it literally just wears it out. And it broke the Wii. It did it twice. It's 2 different Wiis of mine. Mario Maker. Prime. Metroid Prime. Shaba says that my advice, my recommendation of just practicing, like really drill it until it becomes muscle memory. That way, like the whole point of practicing is to relieve yourself while you're performing. Because while you're performing, you have enough other shit you need to be thinking about. Like, how do I engage with the audience? How do I emphasize the right way all of my performance? How do I, keep an eye on whether I need to take a drink of water or something? You got enough going on when you're performing. You don't need to also think about, like, oh, what was the next guitar chord, or what's the next lyrics? You need to drill that stuff until it just comes out of you automatically without you thinking. So Shaba says that sounds like good advice. Cool. Shaba's got 4 or 5 songs that he's practicing. We request a status update. Victor has some more to add. This, by the way, this is one of the reasons I love you. I love this like collective intelligence that we formed together with all of our different lives worth of experience and thoughts and talents and intelligence. And Victor brings in a great example of that. And Victor says, I have more to add if you're looking for advice on performing. I would also add, says Victor, to record it and then watch it back. Oh, totally. If you have the ability to do that, yes. As much of it as you can, too. If you can get good audio, not just like the audio of someone standing there with their phone. If you can get the proper, like, audio being sent to the mixer, to the house mixer. Sometimes if you're cool with the venue, the sound guy will even record it for you. I wouldn't necessarily ask for that, though. You have to, like, already know the person. Maybe. I don't know. In any case, I agree with Victor to record it and just watch it back. You're going to see all sorts of things that you're like, oh, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. So if you are going to record it and watch it back, just make sure you're also noting what you're doing well. Sometimes it's easy to take what's going well for granted and then fixate on the negatives. And you don't need to do that to yourself. So also keep track of, oh, I really nailed that. That was dope. Oh, that was really good. That was really nice right there. I should do that again. Keep track of that stuff too. And tell us how it goes. Victor says, are we some kind of hive mind? And the answer is maybe. Conceptually, that's not too far off. But if we were a hive mind, we would have a queen who determined the agenda and everything. And the rest of us would not be, the rest of us would be followers. So we're not exactly a hive mind because you are intelligent and you have a lot of, like, independent autonomy of thought. And you have a lot of experience, your own unique experience, and you have creative intelligence, like a responsiveness. You're a unique individual with the ability to make unique contributions. So that is different from a hive mind. But, you know, loosely speaking, a collective who shares wisdom, sure. I see also with us we have got Oran! If you're not familiar with Oran's channel, we're talking about video games. Oran plays games a lot. He does music and plays games. He does music with a synth, and he does like hip-hoppy type beats, sometimes a little outside that genre too. Once in a while you might catch some kind of like funky thing, maybe like a lo-fi type of thing, kind of angle. And he also streams video games. Oran generally plays like, what is it, PS5 games that you play? I usually don't know about them because I'm not in the loop on games. But he always plays games that look a lot of fun, like quest type of games usually he plays. So he's a good channel to follow as well, if you're not already following him. He's getting close. Oh wait, Oran, did you break 1,000? I forget if you broke 1,000 subscribers. I think you did recently. But yeah, video games. I see Probes is adding a comment about Wii controllers. The Wiimote. Oh, I love saying that. The Wiimote. Oh, it's so good. I agree, though. Nintendo in general is revolutionary about their UI. You remember in the NES, they gave us the zapper, or whatever you call it. They also gave us the, I don't even know what you call it, that thing you can run on. And you played track and field, and that's about it. What was there, one game that you played on that? They also gave you that, like, arcade-style controller on the NES. Super Nintendo didn't really come out with anything revolutionary, but the N64 came out with the joystick and the trigger. Plus it had that wild three-pronged bullshit. GameCube didn't revolutionize that. The Wii controller did, though. That was the first cordless. It had the vibration and the gyroscope. So yeah, that was pretty revolutionary. I don't know the Wii U or the Switch. I think the Switch, didn't the Switch have like a handheld console, but it also could be projected onto the TV and you could have two projections? I don't know exactly. I never had a Switch. I don't know if I ever played a Switch. I might have. Oron says, yeah, we did just hit 1,000 a couple months ago. That's dope. We were just talking earlier on this stream about when my channel is going to reach 1,000. Because we had the goal of exceeding 600 subs going into 2026. We currently already exceeded 600 subs. So we were joking earlier, like, oh, okay, now what's it going to be? Is it going to be 650? We're going to get to 800? We break 1,000 by the end of the month? Like, okay. But when would I realistically break 1,000 subscribers? End of 2026? Is that feasible, or is that just like absolutely bonkers going too far? I don't know. I'm looking forward to that, though. We have also got... Whoa, minute! And you know, we have also got everyone's favorite, good. Over now, and I see we've exceeded 2 hours. Whew. Yeah, it was like a half hour ago that we were talking about. I was like, oh man, I'm going so long with this. What are we gonna do? Another 6 hours? Let's do another 6 hours. Whoa, that'd be wild. A 6 hour, I guess 8 hour stream. It looks like YouTube tracks more views if you do longer streams. I didn't realize that. because yesterday's stream, was it yesterday or maybe it was 2 days ago? I did another stream that was just broke 2 hours, and that got more streams than usual. So I presume that it's just a numbers game that, you know, the longer that I'm streaming, the more opportunity there is for more people to come in and cycle in and out. So thus more views. But I still keep it to about an hour usually. This stream and the most recent one, I believe, that exceeded 2 hours. Just going longer than usual. Friends, speaking of this unusually long and great and wide stream, thank you for being here. We got this dope beat, got a lot of good nostalgia. What an awesome nostalgia stream this was. We should do nostalgia streams again. We already have every Reconsider It stream is your favorite anti-loneliness stream. You know that. But now we got nostalgia streams on the menu as well. Let's do more nostalgia streams. In the meanwhile, let's have a very nice celebratory unifying moment, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Grab your drink, my friends. We are doing it right now. I am going to count to 3. It's going to be so good. We are going to have a very nice cheers moment. We're going to be so togetherful. Here it comes, my friends, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheers, my friends. Oh, man, that's nice. Oh, that's good. I love doing this with you. It's so much better with you here. Shout out to my people in the year 3801. Sonic 5! Thank you for being here with us. You light up the room. You make everything so much better just by being here. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you again on the next live stream. My regulars know we get together multiple times a week to do tinker streams like this one where we're playing around. We might talk about stuff. We also do instrumental streams called Unspoken. Sometimes you just want some music to throw on in the background and There's not one word from start to finish. That's what Unspoken is. Perfect for your instrumental needs. My regulars know we get together at planned expected times each week. They're on the screen right now at the top. Eastern U.S. time zone. We do Sundays at 1 p.m., Tuesdays at 9 p.m. But that's just the expected streams. We also do a bunch more, usually another 2 or 3 streams per week on whatever day at whatever time. Enable notifications so you can join us for these unpredictable other streams that just happen randomly. And until then, my friends, whenever it is that I see you again, until then, please have a very good rest of your day today. Please allow the rest of your day to bring you all manner of goodness and blessing. Please allow everything within and around your perimeter to enter, to benefit and bless you. Please allow the rest of your day today to open up new doors, to expand your horizons, to expand your sense of what is possible for you to receive and experience. Please become receptive today to all of the goodness available today. Please have the most amazing possible day today. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.